What's up everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. After all this time, it seems that the scenario is finally coming to an end. Last time, we saw everything that happened with Zamasu. The arc was completely unrecognizable. The future timeline actually got off pretty okay, with the present timeline being the one that got attacked mostly. Be sure to check out that part if you haven't already, because it has a lot of the context for this video. But now, we're finally continuing to the Tournament of Power and the Mora arc, cementing the end of this series. For this part, let's set a like goal of 3,500 likes. Even though this series is ending, I've been considering doing GT continuations of my previous scenarios. So maybe we can make an alternate timeline where this one continues into GT instead of Super. But hit that like button if you're interested and I might try it out. Anyways, let's pick up from here. So getting the team for the Tournament of Power wasn't too hard. As discussed last time, there's no androids here and there's no need for Frieza. The team is pretty much the same, except there's Yamcha, Goten, and Trunks instead of the androids and Frieza. But the other 7 fighters are all the same. In terms of strength right now, it should be pretty clear that Vegeta is the strongest, and it's a pretty big gap too. Goku's the closest one to him, and even Goku doesn't really catch up. But still, don't underestimate Goku. He's still really strong in his own right, and he wants to test this out against Vegeta. During the time since Vegeta Black showed up, Vegeta's gotten a lot stronger, improving his legendary Super Saiyan God form even further. For Goku on the other hand, he's been pursuing something different. He's been using regular blue mixed with Kaioken, a technique that he hasn't really used in a while. Since he's the only one with the regular version of blue, it's really his own unique thing here, and he's trying to work on improving it somehow, if at all. But before the tournament, he wants to see how truly far ahead Vegeta is. I mean, the two are rivals after all. He does want to know his full strength, if possible. They spent some time before the tournament training. Yeah, I know technically I said in the last part that they headed right off to the World of Void, so I guess we're just rewinding a bit before that. But I love retconning things in my videos, so let's let this one slide. It's not really that big of a deal. Anyways, before the tournament, the two of them want to fight, an all-out battle between the two of them that shows who's really stronger, even though both of them are pretty sure that Vegeta's the stronger one. After a bit of training, they get ready for the all-out match. This will show their true strength and show how they'll perform in the tournament. Both of them are pumped up. Beerus and Whis watch on, wanting to actually see the result as well. The fight begins with them pacing themselves. Vegeta goes into his legendary form, while Goku goes into Super Saiyan 2. It's been a while since Vegeta used his pure legendary form, or at least the controlled version of it. But it's a nice form for him to use if he wants to hold back. Pretty ironic considering what form it is, but still. It's a pretty good match for Super Saiyan 2 Goku. He's still ahead though, and Goku decides it's time to crank up the heat. His hair drops down, going from gold to red, as he morphs into Super Saiyan God, with Vegeta following suit. Vegeta doesn't really use this form much, but again, he could use it in the same way he uses his regular legendary form. Although the issue with this is he doesn't have nearly as much practice with it as Goku does. Vegeta was more focused on trying to combine it with legendary, while Goku actually found a way to make it useful alongside Blue. God Vegeta is stronger, but Goku has a really good technique. He lunges towards Vegeta and God, transforming into Super Saiyan Blue, utilizing the God to Blue switch to preserve stamina while using max power. It's a pretty clever technique, but Vegeta tells him that he's already getting ahead of himself. If Kakarot's using Super Saiyan Blue, then he may as well break out his other form, legendary Super Saiyan God. The two of them transform once more, with Goku holding nothing back, going to Blue Kaioken even. This is where the real fun begins. Goku's at his maximum output right now, but even he could tell that Vegeta's way ahead of him. Still, he's not going to back down from this fight. He wants Vegeta to give it his all, and he does the same. The two clash, and from this clash, Vegeta gets a pretty good hit in, knocking Goku away, but Goku screeches to a halt midair, going back to face Vegeta. The two exchange a bunch of punches and kicks, with Vegeta blocking most of them from Goku, but a few of them hit here and there. The two of them are enjoying their fight, but Beerus and Whis halted. Pretty much the entire Earth is shaking from this. Also everything around Earth, so if they don't stop now, well, everything's gonna get destroyed. But they're still content. They didn't get to go all out, but they got the gist of each other's power, which is nice. They're glad to see each other's progress, and wish each other luck in the tournament. And now, the entire team heads off. With the tournament starting, not too much changes. I mean, a lot of the other universes weren't really strong in comparison. And Universe 7 here is actually much stronger than before. Sure, they've lost 2 strong fighters like 17 and Frieza, but Goten and Trunks are pretty good people to put on the team too. Not to mention, Goku and Gohan are likely stronger themselves. And obviously Vegeta's much stronger than before. Right away, Universe 7 is at an advantage. One of the first big fights is between Goten and Trunks and the Pride Troopers, at least, the other Pride Troopers are not the top 3. They're surprised that a couple of kids are in this tournament, underestimating the two of them. That is until Trunks transforms into Legendary, scaring everyone as they see this monstrous child in front of them. Goten activates Ultimate, and the two of them face the Pride Troopers. Making quick work of them, they toss most of the Pride Troopers out of the ring, but then one comes in to face them, Dispo. he's one of the stronger ones, and it seems like they may need his help. Dispo activates his light speed mode, something that he didn't really expect to use so soon. This actually gives Goten and Trunks some trouble. Sure, their power is amazing, but Dispo's pretty strong in his own right, and in terms of speed, he's outspeeding them right now. Thankfully, they get some help. Dispo suddenly falls over as he's kicked. Gohan has joined in to assist them, and this gives them a major advantage. But Gohan takes on Dispo himself, and with his more effective training here, he's actually able to defeat Dispo without needing anyone to cage him in, saving Goten and Trunks from being eliminated. He and Piccolo decide they'll stick with the two other hybrids, making sure they're alright. Even though they're strong, they may be getting ahead of themselves at some points. I mean, they took on basically most of Universe 11 at once. And even though they got a couple of eliminations, they do need to be more careful. Let's go over to Goku. He still faces Caulifla, causing Kale to go berserk. But instead of Jiren trying to knock Kale out, someone else jumps in to help Goku. It's Vegeta. He notices a lot of similarities between him and her. The form she's using looks a lot like his old legendary form, when he first got it at least. While he sees some great potential in her, he also sees great danger. It would be pretty fun to learn more about her and her form, but she poses a big risk to everyone else, and wanting to avoid this danger, Vegeta just makes quick work of her, knocking her out of the ring, completely knocking her back into her base form as she falls. Goku's kinda bummed because he wanted to train both of them, but Vegeta notices something weird. As she fell, she threw something into the ring, trying to get it to Caulifla, but it didn't quite make it. Vegeta ends up catching it. It's an earring. Weird. He doesn't know what this is, but it might just belong to her. But he recognizes something weird about it. It looks kinda like the ones that the Kais wear. Weird. He wonders why she threw it back into the ring then. Maybe it's something important. So, he stashes it away for later, not really knowing what it is. Caulifla and Goku continue their fighting, with Goku knocking her out of the ring, and noticing as she's knocked out, something falls from her pockets, the same thing that Vegeta caught, although he doesn't know that Vegeta has it. But he comes to the same conclusion that Vegeta does. It might be something important because it does look like it belongs to a Kai, and he wonders why they would even have that in the ring. Plus, with Goku being Goku, he thinks it might be a nice idea to return this to her later, if it is actually hers. It's the nice thing to do, so he stashes it away. Fights continue between other people. One of the more surprising fights here would be Gohan versus Hit, with Gohan finally happy to have a chance to face him. A rematch like this should be pretty fun. Hit remembers him from before, and the two have a pretty enjoyable fight, and he's surprised to see how much Gohan's grown, with Gohan noting the same of Hit. This eventually leads to Hit's defeat, with Gohan coming out victorious. But now we're getting to the big event, the one that Vegeta's been waiting for, and I'm sure one that you guys have been waiting for too. Vegeta versus Jiren. He's heard the rumors, but apparently, this is the guy that's stronger than a god of destruction, the mortal that surpasses the gods. Vegeta claims that he could take that title too, wondering if Jiren really is what everyone makes him out to be. They get right down to business. Vegeta doesn't even try to pace himself. He could tell that Jiren has immense strength from the start. And although he would like a good fight, the universe is at stake. There's no time for that. If he really wants a good fight, they could just do it later on, once he wins and revives everyone. He goes into legendary Super Saiyan God right away, and this actually catches Jiren off guard. Vegeta can tell Jiren's holding back, and he wants him to start fighting. He lands a powerful hit on Jiren, actually dealing some damage. Legendary Super Saiyan God lets Vegeta grow to insane heights, and by this point, he's actually stronger than suppressed Jiren. Jiren's surprised. Sure, he knows he's suppressed, but still, someone that was actually able to damage him and land an attack that caught him off guard? He powers up, trying to contend against Vegeta. Their clashes shake the entire arena, surprising everyone as they fight. Jiren is starting to show off more power, and he's catching up to Vegeta, and at a certain point, he surpasses Vegeta. And he's not even fully powered up yet, he's still somewhat suppressed. But Vegeta continues the fight. He's able to get some hits in, but it gets to the point where Jiren gets too far ahead of him in terms of strength. And since Vegeta was serious right from the start, Jiren is too, powering up more and more and more. Vegeta's losing ground now, slowly getting closer and closer to being knocked out. He kinda expected this, but he's content. He got to see a taste of Jiren's true power, and even though Jiren's not fully powered up, he sees that the rumors were true. But that doesn't mean he's gonna give up. He continues fighting, even though it may be a losing battle. Suddenly, he hears something in his mind, as does Goku. It's Elder Kai, who's in the stands. Do they still have those earrings they picked up from before? Well, yeah they do, but what's the point of them? He tells them to put them on right now. It's their only chance at winning. But doesn't that count as using items? Who cares? If they get eliminated, then whatever. They're bound to lose anyways without them, so they might as well use it and break the rules. That's a good point, but what do they even do? Elder Kai explains. If they each put them on, they'll fuse. He doesn't mention the part that it's permanent, because if he mentions that, well, they might not want to fuse, so he may as well lie, or at least omit some of the information. But that's besides the point. He tells them to put them on now. Vegeta didn't even know Goku got one of them, and vice versa. As Vegeta faces Jiren, he takes out the earring quickly, placing it on his right ear, as Goku then places one on his left ear. They don't know what this is or what it's gonna do, but whatever fusion is, it sounds strong, and Elder Kai seems pretty desperate for them to do it. The two fly across the ring, colliding into each other with a brilliant light. Descending from the sky is a new warrior, one that looks like Goku but also looks like Vegeta. The fusion of the two of them. He's amazed as well. This unnamed warrior doesn't know what this power is, but it's immense. Their powers weren't just added, but multiplied greatly. Even in his base form alone, he could tell he's strong. But first he needs a name. Why not Vegito? That sounds pretty catchy. Right away he jumps in to fight Jiren once more, who's surprised to see this fusion. Everyone in the stands tells Zeno that this is cheating, but Zeno doesn't care. This is cool, so he lets it slide. Beerus breathes a sigh of relief when he hears this. He would have erased Elder Kai himself if that didn't work, but now everyone's focus is on Vegito. In base, he's actually decently strong, landing some good hits on Jiren while also defending against him. But remember how I mentioned before that Vegeta went full power right from the start? It's going to be the same with Vegito. The stakes here are too high to play around, and even though pacing themselves would be good for energy consumption, Jiren's really the only big foe that they have left. So Vegito decides that it's best to go full power right away, but he wonders what his full power will be. Kakarot's Super Saiyan Blue combined with Vegeta's legendary Super Saiyan God. The strongest form that the two of them share is Super Saiyan God. So what happens if they try and go past that? Vegito powers up, trying to expend all of his energy right away. His muscles bulk up a bit, a trait from Vegeta's form, but with Goku's regular Super Saiyan Blue as part of it, it all balances out. It still has that same greenish tint that Vegeta had from his form, although it's not nearly as noticeable. This is Vegito's own unique form. I guess that would kind of make it Legendary Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or for the sake of brevity, Legendary Super Saiyan Blue. Even though that is technically what Vegeta has in this scenario, but whatever. I think the name sounds good. It's Vegito's own unique mutation of it, and even he's amazed by the power. He didn't think he could get so strong, but he's going to make great use of this strength. Right away he starts attacking Jiren again, and Jiren's caught completely off guard by this. Vegito's attacks are just too strong, he can't defend against them at all. Jiren even tries to show off more power, and it gets easier to defend, but still, this fusion seems to be too much. Not to mention, Vegito's kind of preventing him from powering up. He's caught in the cycle of attacks. Jiren has no room to breathe, and this is great. It's exactly what Vegito wanted. He cups his hands together, charging his ultimate attack. Maybe it would be cool if he combined the Final Flash and a Kamehameha, using up all of his energy in it to try and eliminate Jiren. The entire arena is illuminated, as Vegito quickly charges this up. No one says anything besides Vegeta, who shouts, "Final Kamehameha!" The final Kamehameha is launched towards Jiren. He's desperately trying to power up more, but he can't catch a break. He tries to deflect the beam, but as soon as it hits him, he's knocked clear out of the ring, with the beam blasting off into the endless void. With that, Jiren is eliminated, although there's still some other fighters left, but naturally it wouldn't be too hard for everyone to defeat them. But the main issue now is that Vegeta was wondering what to do. Well, he could just swiftly eliminate everyone else in this form, right? He quickly jumps around the ring, knocking people out with one hit. But as he does this, he starts to feel weird. And suddenly, the two of them defuse. They used so much energy that the fusion only lasted a couple minutes. But at least they got some value out of it. This helps them win the tournament, giving a somewhat happy ending to this arc, because now, Universe 7 gets the wish. The MVP would either be Goku or Vegeta, and whoever wins, they would be able to revive the universes. A wish that either of them would be likely to make. So, what happens next after this? Normally the Broly movie would happen, but without Frieza, Broly's going to be staying on Vampa. There's not really too much to do with him or any ways to introduce him into the story. Next up though would be Moro, which is going to go a lot differently than normal. The arc starts simply enough. Mayris comes to Earth telling them about Moro, trying to look for Majin Buu to help him. But instead Goku and Vegeta come along, ready to defeat Moro themselves. This continues as we get to Namek, where the two of them eventually meet the Magician. Wow, this guy seems old. There's no way he's actually that strong. Vegeta faces him first, eventually going up into Super Saiyan God and noticing his energy is getting drained by Moro. Oh, he sees what this is. Anytime he uses a ki attack, Moro just eats it. Thankfully, this isn't his full power, not even close. If Vegeta's just gotta avoid ki attacks, he's got a great idea. Right away, he powers up into Legendary Super Saiyan God. Mayris wonders what he's doing. He's giving off so much energy that Moro can just steal. But Vegeta's not worried about that. He's gonna make this quick. Before Moro can even steal his energy, he aims to kill him. Moro sees Vegeta transform, ready to absorb his energy, but suddenly feels a powerful blow to his stomach. Vegeta moves so fast that Moro couldn't even react. He's then hit by a flurry of punches that are so fast that he can't defend. The sheer power of them flings Moro around Namek, as Vegeta turns around and then hits him with one other powerful punch once he comes around the other side. This is a direct hit that instantly knocks the magician out, and with him unconscious, Vegeta finishes the job. With a simple Big Bang attack, Moro is defeated. Huh, that was easier than expected. It's weird to think that this guy who threatened Namek before with his transformation is now using it to defend it. Kind of an ironic twist of fate in a way. It just goes to show how far Vegeta's gotten in terms of his power and his development, going from being an unhinged brute to being able to use that power for good. And I guess with that, we get enough the scenario for now. So, what did you guys think about this part and the scenario as a whole? Leave any thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I'll be sure to check them out to see what you guys think. As always, if you liked the video, be sure to hit that like button. If we hit the like goal from the beginning of the video, we may get another part to this series. No promises though, but I'll try and think of something. If you haven't already, why not subscribe, as well as hitting the bell icon and get notified about any future parts of this What If, or any other videos that I upload on my channel. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.